Go live. Go live. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Hang on, y'all. What the hell is going on? Start. At least now, are you willing to show up? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I thought I had it all fixed. It says my broadcast. Okay. I have no idea why this is. Restart my computer. Okay, I'm gonna. Sorry, everybody. Gosh. I'm going to restart and go live in just a few. Please hang on. Okay. We can. Oh, you can see and hear me? Oh, give me a. You are good now? Oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay, everybody, just give me a thumbs up if you can see and hear me. Can you see and hear me? Okay. Oh my goodness. Seriously, I have no idea what is going on. Okay, thumbs up if you can see me and hear me. It's been so dramatic here. I kid you not. I was just getting so annoyed because I had some problem the last time with the computer, right? Okay, thank you so much for your patience, everybody. I do apologize. First and foremost, let me say hello and welcome, and thank you again for your patience. I gotta say though, the last time, remember, I tried to go live on this and then I had so much of trouble. Then I went through the whole drama of, my Sony camera, my computer, call Apple, call this one, call that one, did everything, and I fixed it. And then I was like, you know what, why not telecast with two cameras, right? So I started the process of setting it up. I went and saw some videos and started the process of setting it up to be able to show my face on one camera and then tilt the other camera to my desk so you can see my cards, because a lot of people were asking, even though I hold up the cards, right? So then I tried to fiddle around with that, and I think I did not complete it. I think, or maybe the whole broadcast something, I don't know, never mind, we're here, we're on, love it, thank you. So thank you, everybody. I do appreciate you all, each and every one of you, for your patience. I will say though, a couple of things. This is for entertainment purposes only. These are my observations and my opinions. Please do your own research, do your own due diligence, and form your own conclusions. I know the last time we had some nasties out here. I tried to block a couple of them, but in case anybody pops up trying to create trouble, let's just ignore them, because they're just not worth our time, right? So that's what I say. And I was thinking the other day, there is really no I don't have that many people log on to do my lives. So no offense meant to the moderator here, but I felt, it's just us. Why do we need a moderator? But then, the last time we had the drama, so I figured henceforth I'm just going to make it for subscribers only. Today I didn't make that change in the setting, but next time I'm just going to do lives for my subscribers. So, and I'm going to put a criteria where they should have subscribed to my channel for X number of days or months or weeks to be able to access the live. So then it's just us, we as regulars, we know what the rules are. So it's that's what I figured. Okay, so I have to, maybe it's this. So here's what I just want to show you guys. There's nothing to it. Don't ask me how old this is. This is a little, of course, it's got some moisture on it. Yeah, this is a little, you see that? Like a little bird. It's a little teacup and saucer that I have, right? And it's got this thing with the cat, and it comes with one of those, what do you call, the strainers that sits right there. And I was like, I don't know why I've never brought this over here to my desk. Although I do drink tea out of this, and I was like, I made tea, and I said, I'm going to sip tea out of this. So cheers, everybody. Here, let me show you. This is really pretty, right? It's older than dirt, y'all. I couldn't tell you where I got it. I couldn't tell you how old it is. I just know that I've had it forever. So cheers to everybody and to your patience. I very rarely have black tea. I'm old school. I prefer tea with milk and sugar, the way, the English tea, if you will. I'm just going to get up really quick, open the window, and then we'll get on with this, okay? Ooh. Yeah, I'm wearing a nice pair of shorts, and all of a sudden it got really hot over here. So here we go. Oh yeah, it got super hot. So why bother? I think all these lights is what gets me going. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's get on with this. We all know what the dramas that's going on in terms of, the Murdaugh case. Oh my goodness, I got so hot over there. So he got arrested again. I have been watching bits and pieces of his trial. I don't have the time nor the patience to sit through the whole day and watch everything. Although the other day that he went on the witness stand, and he was being cross-examined. I watched like bits of it, again, not the whole thing. Everybody has their opinion about how the prosecutor was doing his job. Well, I'm not a criminal law expert by any way, shape or form. But right after that, we found out that he was arrested. Actually, one of my subscribers, she said, hey, do you know he was arrested? And I was like, wait a second, I thought I saw something on the news. But I went and looked, and yeah, he was arrested. So let's take a look at all of that, and then we'll get on with it, and we'll see. I need a sip. I think I'd finish this before I knock the whole thing out of. All right, so many things here. Let's do that. So if there are any crazies here today, we just will ignore them. There we go. Interesting, isn't it, how that whole shebang has, it's become such a circus. Not many people are really focusing on the Idaho 4. That's kind of quietened down a little bit. And oh my God, Mac, you better, this webpage is using, okay. I know it's using a lot of energy. Keep quiet, computer. Oh my goodness. Nobody's talking about the Idaho 4, or the whole attention of America is on this guy's case. Can you imagine the dramatics we're going to have on our hands on TV when the Idaho 4, that case goes to trial? Oh my God. Okay. We'll just see what the whole drama, the energy is about him at the moment, and then we'll take it from there and we'll go. So based on what I was looking at, he has his 4th house and 3rd house, which is really prominent, right? And I also did the numbers for, so let me do that. There is something called cartography. It's part of astrology. Those of you who know. Those of you who don't. Go look it up. It is based on the position, the location, the whatever of a particular property, land mass, be it a house, be it an office building or whatever. It has its own astrology, for lack of a better term. Let's use that. So I got the address of his resident, the property that's on Moselle, which everybody knows, it's out on the internet, and I worked on it. Very, 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 very interesting information, and I will talk about that in a bit, okay? It's unbelievable. So very, very interesting. I won't let the cat out of the bag just yet, but let me tell you that property has got some energy, has had some energy. That property will continue to have some energy. So what is the current energy around this goofus magoofus? Leo, okay, the air, and Uranus. Very interesting. So 25, 30, 45, oh my god, 5 again. So very much so. The 5th house is all about speculation, kids, love affairs, speculation, family, and that's the astrology part of it. But if you take tarot, it's conflict, more conflict, right? Very interesting, because his property also has a weird vibration, and I will get into that. I'm not surprised, y'all, particularly after seeing that. I'm not at all surprised that we have that energy over there on his property. Whoever buys that property will really have to like do some major cleansing or whatever. There's a lot of history on that property. I will, let's wait. Let's do this, because I feel like so he's a Virgo, right? So Virgo is his 12th house. Leo is his 12th house. And 12th house is hidden supports, karmas, institutions, etc. Uranus does talk about sudden changes. Look, the way I'm seeing things right now, I'm getting ahead of myself. We have the Fool, new beginnings, right? The Magician, the Death card. Look, y'all, I will tell you right now. I was going to say it before the cards popped out, but hey, this guy is definitely going to have a new lease, a new beginning moving forward as far as his case is concerned. Leo is his 12th house. 12th house is all about the hidden supports, karmas, institutions, organizations, and that sort of a thing. He is very, very heavily supported by, protected by, to a very large extent, by certain institutions. And institutions are made up of certain people. Those certain people have vested interest in him and his case. We have the Fool card right over there. And the Fool, as we know, is Uranus. And guess what? We have the Uranus there too. And what is Uranus? Uranus is all about changes, risk-taking, new beginnings. So whatever these hidden supports are that are coming from institutions, they are going to give him an opportunity for a new beginning. Then we have the Air card. Now, Air, as we know, is all about the psyche, the mind, the intelligence, the thought process, and that sort of a thing. And we have over there number 7. 7 is all about friendship, partners, contracts, relationships. And then we have the Magician card over there. The Magician, as we know, it's Mercury. It's all about communication, it's masculinity, the ability to create whatever you want to create. So definitely with these two over here, let me just show you how I set them up, okay? So that way y'all will kind of can see, just so that I have it in order on my desk too, okay? With these cards, it is clearly evident and clearly obvious that forces are working behind the scenes to communicate, control, to manage or create a particular, manage a narrative. That's what I want to say. So there are definitely forces working behind the scene that are very tightly controlling and watching all of this. Based on what I'm seeing now, I will not be surprised if, let me rephrase that. I will be super duper surprised if he actually gets convicted. I'll be super surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually just has a hung jury or whatever kind of stuff. Then, moving on. You see that? So we have Uranus, and then we have the Death card. Again, let's talk about Uranus here for a second. Uranus is all about sudden changes and shocks. And then we have the Death card, right? The Death card talks about change, rebirth, right? Change, rebirth, transformation. There is definitely going to be a transformation. Now, the only thing that will surprise me and that will make me go back to thinking that, you know what, he could get convicted is based on the cards that are going to pop out next, right? And those cards, this time I am doing reversals. So let's take a look. Let us take a look. I will say though, this isn't a case just about him. It's way beyond him. There are so many people behind the scenes who are associated with him, with the family, vice versa, the good old boy clubs that are well placed, okay? So when a situation like that arises, as we know, time and time again, history has shown us, and it will continue, the good old boys club, everybody's out to protect everybody, and somewhere somebody is going to try to, mitigate the whole thing the best they can before their name comes out, and then all hell will break loose type of thing. So there's a lot of damage control that is still going on behind the scenes, and I do believe that all that influence and associating yourself with all the right people is really paying off. Now, I will say though, hang on, let me do this. 8 of Swords, okay. And then we have 6 of Pentacles in the reverse, okay. Like I said, I'm taking reversals now. And then we have the 9 of Cups in the reverse, okay. So hang on, this is very interesting. Remember I said before I pulled these cards, I said it looks like it's going to be hung jury unless something else pops up. So we'll see. We'll go. Woo, hello. So what popped out in the reverse again was the Queen of Swords, okay. And come on, camera. There we go. And then we have this card, which is the 6 of Cups in the upright. And then we have the Page of Pentacles in the upright. So let's take a look at these, okay? So with the 8 of Swords in the upright, what that tells me very clearly is, yes, self-imposed, right? Limitations, limiting yourself, trying to play the victim, right? The whole victim mentality, and trying to kind of say, look, this is beyond my control. This is not something that I could control. He's absolutely playing that. But remember earlier I said he has the 12,000, the Fool card over there. So people behind the scenes helping him. This is all about, I'm going to be helpless. I'm going to say I'm helpless. I'm powerless. I'm a victim. I really don't know what's going on. I accept. But people behind the scenes are most definitely going to help him. There is no doubting that. Because right on top of that, we have the Queen of Swords in the reverse, right? Okay. So the Queen of Swords in the reverse, it does say there is a great a lot of deceit, a lot of spitefulness, and a great amount of manipulation. So ultimately, there are things about this case from the very get-go that have been clearly manipulated. We all know that. I mean, anybody can see, right? It's so blatantly obvious that there was so much manipulation going on, even in terms of the crime scene and all that. Anybody who's following the cases can say. It is clearly evident, okay? Then let's move on. We have the 6 of Pentacles, the give and take, right? In the reverse, FYI, by the way. And then right on top of that, we have the 6 of Cups in the upright. Now look, isn't that interesting? You have the give and take, the barter, the negotiation, I'll give you this for that. You scratch my back, I scratch my back. That's in the reverse. So that to me tells me that there has been some sort of a struggle in terms of power dynamics. There has some sort of a debt that was one-sided. There has been some imbalance, and that to me tells me that maybe this is for sure a case of settling a debt, or also well, if you don't settle a debt, guess what? I have the ability and the power to do. Or if you don't toe the line, this is what I can do. That's what this is telling me. And then on top of that, you have the 6 of Cups in the upright, okay? The 6 of Cups in the upright says there is definitely a feeling of regret for having veered off the straight and narrow. Now, what do I mean by veering off the straight and narrow? What I mean is, when you you have a business agreement or a contract with somebody and everything is going fine, but all of a sudden you're like, I'm too big for my boots. I don't need to, I paid my dues. There's nothing more. You think that in your head, but technically the other person will be like, oh no, dude, you haven't paid up as yet. This is an ongoing thing. So there is a regret for having taken that decision and saying, I paid my dues, it's all over, wash your hands and walk off. There is a regret. There is a wishing that he could go back and change that and now in hindsight thinking about it, I suppose it wouldn't have hurt if I had continued in that particular partnership as is, right? Status quo continued down the line, because there is a price to be paid for protection. So there is a great regret for that. I'm going to set this cup aside, because do I have this? Give me 1 second. I'm so worried I'm going to knock this over, and I don't want to. There we go. Just set it aside for a second, right? And I put some cardamom in my tea, which gives it a nice flavor, particularly when it's cooler and stuff. Then moving how we have the 9 of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so it's very interesting. 9 of Cups also does talk about a lack of fulfillment, also greed, right? It does say there is an indulgence in, 9 of Cups in the upright does talk about having the wherewithal to take care of your immediate financial needs and concerns, being financially self-sufficient. The same way the 9 of Cups does talk about having the wherewithal to be able to take care of you, even in materialistic too. You may go, well, Kirtana, it's cups is emotions. Why are you talking about money? Let's look at it for a second. Having the financial wherewithal to be able to take care of whatever your needs are will be emotionally fulfilling, correct? So this here tells me there has been a lack of fulfillment because of greed and laziness. So what this tells me is there might have been some sort of a partnership or a negotiation that he fell short of. He's like, I've done it for long enough. I don't need to do it again. I'm going to go off solo and do it. The best way I can explain is, let's say somebody has a personal trainer and you signed up a contract for 6 weeks, but 2 weeks in you're like, I don't need my personal trainer. I can go off and do it myself. And then come to find out, well, you can't, right? So that's the situation. Right on top of that, we have the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles in the upright. Let me show you. There. This tells me, very interesting, y'all. So there has been a individual in his team who is very, very faithful to him. Now that is the person who has been running around behind the scenes trying to control the narrative by speaking to certain people, doing the work behind. It's like the prep work before the surgery, right? So there is somebody on his side who is doing that. Now this person, I will say, is also very ambitious. There is financial opportunity for him or her as well. There's a lot of planning, and this person is quite loyal and faithful to Doofus McGoofus. And it's so interesting that offers are being made. I can go so far. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. These are my observations and my opinions. Please do your own due diligence, do your own research, and form your own conclusions. I do not give any legal, financial, or medical advice to anybody. So this to me tells me that changes will be coming for sure for this guy. And these changes are going to set in motion an ending of a particular cycle and a starting of a new cycle. So all these new arrests and all that stuff, there is with that the intent is to create diversion or create a narrative to say that there's something else going on, let's take the focus off of this. What is that something else? That something else very well could be again financial, considering how many people he has stolen from. The other angle could also be maybe he has been dealing with narcotics. He's not just a consumer, maybe he does business also. That's where I am leading. I'm not going to say certain things so explicitly, but I don't for a minute. I think I actually said it in one of the readings. I don't think he was just a consumer of narcotics. I don't think so. He might have dabbled in it, but not to the extent where he says he was an addict and he had to go to rehab to get cleaned up. I don't think so. I think for him it was all about control, money. He's smart. He's not a dumb guy. He's pretty smart. It's all about the business, the intelligence to manipulate people. He's very smart at that. Very, very smart at that. So I would not be surprised if he has had somebody else, kind of his partners by default, be mad at him for not delivering on certain commitments. That is a possibility. And as I say that, we get the King of Cups pop out. Hang on. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, the Three of Cups in the upright. I am going to go so far as to say this is so tied to finances, so tied to business, so tied to partnerships, lost opportunity financially. He is very, very depressed because of the lost opportunity that those financial endeavors could have continued to bring him. So all that is lost opportunity. So he is very emotional about that. But however, he does not think that everything is lost. He still sees a group of friends and collaboration and the circle of support and the community around him. He is not for one moment feeling like he's in the dumpster, or he is like, oh hell, my life's come to an end right now, I may as well curl up and hide in the corner or something. No, he still has this confidence that that group of people are going to support him. There is a certain clique that will support him. Okay, and so he may feel very strongly there's a lost opportunity, financial opportunity, but he's not too concerned about it because he's like, I still have that support and I can still bounce back from this. He's quite cocky, in fact. Then we have the Ten of Swords, right? Followed by the Page of Swords. Followed by the Three of Wands in the reverse. Ooh, somebody else is going to, and he has the Five of Wands in the reverse. Wow, this is super interesting. Eight of Cups in the reverse. And the Six of Swords in the reverse, y'all. Okay. Ooh, baby. Somebody else is going to get drugged under the hooves of the galloping horses. There is a painful ending coming there. That individual is a page. That person does not have the opportunity to walk away from this. There are going to be a lot of delays, lot of setbacks, lot of obstacles, lot of frustration. There is going to be a settling. Five of Wands is conflict, right? So there is going to be a settling. In other words, trying to avoid conflict, end of a conflict. They are going to cooperate. There is going to be a little bit of a reduction in all the stress and tension that's going on. Then you have the Eight of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so this is saying, look, I got to make the best out of a bad, sticky, stinky, horrible situation. Okay, I have to do whatever I have to do, set aside my emotions. Okay, but set aside my emotions, but then again avoiding getting too emotional about a particular relationship, a particular tie, because this is going to cause me a lot of problems. Now I have to start thinking about covering my own arse. Okay, that sort of a thing. Then you have the Six of Swords in the reverse, right? So whenever you get Six of Swords, it means in the upright, it's like you're moving away from a particular situation. You're just moving away from this. But here it says, in spite of all of this, there is going to be a feeling like, oops, I'm trapped. No matter how much I cooperate, no matter how much I volunteer information, no matter how much they try to negotiate with me, and I'll say, okay, I'll give you the information for a reduced sentence or whatever, I am trapped. I am unable to move forward. I cannot escape this. I cannot go forward. Alex thinks that he is so smart that he can sway the jurors to yeah, he is very he's very smart though. I mean, he's a slick one. Okay. So Pandora Spark said it makes no sense for him to have lied about everything but the murders. Yeah. Organized individuals don't like it when you try to scare them over. That's true. Oh, actually, she corrects her, so she says, "Screw." That's true. That's true. Afro-human. That's basically pretty much, yeah. You know. I mean, all this thing about, oh, I'm a drug addict. It's an expensive habit, and I had to spend so much of money every week or every month or whatever. Dude, if you do the math, if you were to really consume that amount of whatever the heck he's consuming, he's all mush. How is he still walking around, right? So I'm just going to set these for a second here, and then I'm going to continue to pull some cards, okay? We'll continue down this path because there is so much more to this case. It's not just him. It's not just Buster. There are people involved, There's so many people involved in this, y'all. It's so many people. See, one thing I'll tell you about Alex Murdaugh, okay? He's very smart he's got the gift of the gab, and he's very smart at manipulating people. Okay? Very smart at that. Sixth house. He can be, at the best of times, he can be very disciplined, very smart, very organized, very diligent, but also repeated, you know how they say, you start small, you get the confidence, and you go big, right? So the fact that he has done this for so long, he's gotten so confident and overconfident that somewhere he slipped the ball, right? I mean, the ball, he lost control of the steering wheel. But he's not the kind, very egotistical, very arrogant. He's not the kind who will do the dirty work. He is very smart about planning, manipulation, doing the. So again, I'm going to use a term over here. Please don't be offended. Everybody is going to go up in arms. It's like the architect sitting there at the drawing board and mapping everything out and doing, all that drawings and architectural, those beautiful drawings and the measurements. And then he's like, this is my job. I'll then give it to the construction company, and the construction company is the one who's going to do all the heavy lifting and all this stuff. That's him. He's the architect. He'll sit there and plan and do all that. I don't think he's the guy who's actually going to go there and get his hands dirty. I don't think so. At least that's not what appears to me. As much as they are all about hunting and this and that and all that, I don't know, somebody correct me, okay? I'm again no expert. I have never fired a firearm. I've never held it, never nothing. So I really wouldn't know what is what. I wouldn't know how to load nothing. I just don't know all that. Never was interested in all that. If you are an avid hunter, and somebody over here should comment, because I don't know, it's a kind of a sort of question. Is it the same if you were to hunt a deer and fire the kill shot as opposed to the kill shot on a human being? Is it the same thing? Since I have absolutely no knowledge about all these things, I don't think it's the same thing, right? And looking at how they were both shot, like the pathologist or whatever, she came in, she's her voice is just so calm, so confident, never got her feathers ruffled, I didn't see all of it, but some of it, like when she testified and she was showing all that with the chart and all that, or whatever, the pictures, she never interrupted, the defense or the prosecution. She answered all the questions. And the way she was saying is that they asked which one of the shots would have been the kill shot for either of those two individuals who were deceased. And she said the one that took out the brain, like the brain stem, right? She said the moment that shot goes there, it's instantaneously. It's like, it's not even within seconds. It's like instant. It's done for, because of disconnecting the brain from the brain stem. That's it, right? There's nothing beyond that. And she was talking about how some people who try to, well, she wasn't, somebody, anyway, when people try to commit suicide using a gun, sometimes they don't, not all of them pass, and some of them are left alive and partially maimed or completely paralyzed or whatever. So whoever did this knew very well to shoot at the right angle, at the right spot, because there's no chance of survival. Absolutely no chance of survival. And to me, it looked like a plain and simple execution. That's what it appeared to me. So I'm just saying, so my opinion. So Little Bird says, I don't know if anyone caught this, but he slipped and said, Maggie told me to leave. I don't know, leave from where? I didn't see the whole thing, so I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that the more I think about it, I don't think was he present when that happened? Yes. Could he have, if he was not the one who actually pulled the trigger, could he have stopped whoever was doing it? I do think he could have. I do think he witnessed it, for sure. But I don't know if he's the kind of a person who would actually, being as smart as he is and having all that knowledge with the law and all that stuff, whether he would want to do it. But he would still do it himself. I don't know. But then I don't know. Nobody has found the weapons. There was one video flying around somewhere, and I should have put up that person's YouTube channel or whatever. Maybe I'll communicate with them and see, is it okay if I put your thing in because I don't want anybody to accuse me of stealing their material, right? I have to first get their permission. Where he has shown a clip where there is video evidence of Alex Murdaugh's family loading up their pickup trucks with all the guns in the house while the police were on the scene. Still ongoing investigation, like right there that morning, right, the morning after, and they're loading their pickup truck with they literally pulled the pickup truck to the steps of the house and they're loading these guns, like they're passing it on. Who knows, the actual gun could have gone in that, and somebody's taken it somewhere, wiped it clean, or somebody has dismantled it and thrown it or destroyed it. Who knows, right? If the gun was in the house, we just don't know. Hello, Blue Willow. That's I don't know if I recognize that name, but anyway, good to see you. Exactly, right? I mean, that amount, right, Pauline? It's like, can you imagine common sense? He, I think, is very good at saying, you do this, you do this, you do this, that sort of thing, like being the conductor. Let me see if the magician card pops out for him. Okay, I want a card. The Lover's card. Okay. Two of Swords in the reverse. And the Hierophant. What this is telling me is there has been a impasse that as a couple they had reached, okay, a deadlock in decisions, and a decision was made to move on, okay. However, the belief system, the religious beliefs, the traditions, the convention, conforming to those religious beliefs, that sort of a thing was the, so it's like, is there any way we could part ways but yet remain married because of religious beliefs? I don't know why that has popped up. I don't know, there must be Christians, but I don't know what denomination. So I do believe they had decided, hey Debbie Johnson from Tucson, Arizona, how are you? And Debbie Beasley says, a hitman would have been the ones who had shot the deal. Yeah, that's true. And Debbie Beasley says, I live not far from Walterboro, and we know here how things and the legal system works. Interesting. So when we talk about the Hierophant, it's not just the religious institutions, it's other institutions and organizations. So I wonder whether, yeah, maybe the belief system saying that, look, maybe my faith or whatever, maybe we can continue to act like, we are still husband and wife, on paper, but be physically separated from each other, because of the fear of backlash from institutions. So it could be financial institutions too. So if you part ways with the spouse, I suppose everything gets divvied up. Maybe he didn't want that, right? It's very interesting though that they were very much moved on from each other, that very much separated. Not just like 2 months before, 3 months before. I do believe for a couple, 2-3 years, they had not necessarily been husband and wife. Hey Araceli, good to see you. Seven of Cups, a lot of opportunities but clouded judgment, couldn't think clearly. King of Swords, the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Wow, so clouded judgment, right? There is supposed to be mental clarity. There is supposed to be discipline and integrity when you make serious decisions in terms of parting ways with a spouse who you've been associated with so many years. But the problem with him is he refused to think seriously. He refused to make that, he lacked integrity to do the right thing, because it was all about debt. It's one-sided, it's imbalance, okay, it's selfishness, it's all about the power dynamics, refusing to negotiate, refusing to say, okay, fine, I'll give you this, you give me that, you keep this, no, I'll do that, and then let's part ways. Did not want to negotiate, absolutely did not. So if Maggie was like, okay, I'm willing to part ways, I'm willing to sign on the dotted line, just give me this and you give me that, he's like, yeah, no. So because of ulterior motives, wanting to control. Now, having said that, there is this information flying around somewhere on the internet where apparently he had transferred the title of that property to Maggie just a little bit ago before she died. And since they were still married, if anything happened to her, all her assets would automatically go to him because he's the husband. Now, think about that for a second, right? So let me make sure my internet is doing good. Yes, okay, cool, okay. I can't believe this computer gave me trouble again today. I think in my last reading I had said that, did I say 4 or 5 deaths associated, right? Okay. That's happening. See, there is a new negotiation that's coming up, a new offer to negotiate. But it's still in the works. It hasn't completely been brought to light. I wouldn't be surprised if at some time down the line he's going to be giving up some names. Yeah, 5 deaths, right? And because remember I said I did the cartography and the numbers for the property too. Okay, so we have Ace of Cups and 5 of Swords. Oh my God, y'all! I'll tell you what. There is another offer in the pending, in the works. It's I think my tissue just stuck in my nose. It's an offer to negotiate, right? It's a new opportunity, a new offer that will bring some stability, some clarity, but it's in the works. It hasn't been brought to light. So we have Ace of Pentacles and we have Ace of Cups, right? Hoping that proposal will bring some sort of compassion, create compassion, cause people to have compassion for him. But there are a lot of disagreements and a lot of conflict because somebody else is fighting not to let that happen. I wonder if he's trying to, the closer he gets, maybe not now, maybe it's too late now, or I don't know whether they can still bring in more evidence and more witnesses, right? They can always say, we just found this out now. The defense can say, this just came to light. We didn't know about it. We'd like to share this information with the prosecution because they have to, and vice versa, and then bring it to the court and say, okay, this is new information, new witness, let's talk about it. Hi Anne, how are you? So yeah, Cindy Sue says Cornbread Mafia, yeah. But somebody else is fighting to not allow this to happen, really fighting to not allow this to happen. Let me look at this for a second here. Venus, and then okay, interesting, correct. Okay, let's take this out. See, that's the thing, right? Because why did he call her? And see, he's saying that he asked her and Paul to come to the property because he wanted her to visit his mom. But he also said that she didn't like visiting his mom because it was too depressing or too sad. So then why would she come there? If she didn't like to go and visit his mom, why did she come there when you said, come, we'll go visit mom? He must have used some other ruse to bring her over to the property, right? To get her over there. And because who's going to tell us any different? Maggie's obviously not there, right? And there's no text message proof to say that, yeah, he did tell her to come there so that they could go visiting his mom. He says it. So maybe he got her on a different ruse. Now, my question is, what did he say to her to bring her to that property? That's the thing, right? Debbie Beasley says Maggie wanted to stay at Edisto Island all of the time, but Alex wanted her to sell the beach house. She refused and put her. Oh, I didn't know what her family background is, but very interesting. This case is like super interesting. 7 of Wands, 2 cards, the Sun card, and Justice in the reverse. Yeah, she clearly stood her ground. She clearly stood her ground. Challenging, was very concerned about her protection. She was also trying to protect her own territory, her own position. She was optimistic. You know what? I do believe he must have either come there saying that let's talk about this and let's kind of resolve this once and for all. So she said, all right, I will see you there. I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to challenge you if you try to push me. I'm going to, protect myself. But I do come there with an open mind. I have optimism. I'm hoping for a positive outcome. I feel confident that we can resolve this. Okay. But unfortunately, dishonesty, unfairness is what really happened. So clearly it says bigotry, lawsuits, legal issues, dishonesty, lack of accountability. Wait, that is Libra, no? Hang on. So that's his second house. Yes, he was very, very concerned about his resources, his money, his possessions, his value, his property. Very much concerned. He was not going to let her go that day. I'll tell you, one way or the other, he was pretty sure he needed to eliminate her from his life with the least amount of damage to his finances. And then we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Then we have the King of Pentacles. 8 of Wands. Oh my God. She was rushed, y'all. She was rushed. I mean, she was completely caught off guard. Well, obviously, both of them are past. But this clearly says that it was very aggressive, very forceful. It was very, very vicious. And it was ruthless. And she was rushed. Like, it was like literally a few seconds between whatever was transpiring to register to the moment she dropped dead, like literally a few seconds. I will go so far as to say he was very much on that scene. Whether he actually pulled the trigger or not, let's set that aside. But he is definitely a witness to whatever transpired that day. Whether he was active in pulling the trigger or not, let's leave that aside. He was at the scene while this gory incident was carried out. Very fast, very, very fast. There has been some communication with somebody. There has been some movement, quick communication with somebody, which caused them to move, like physically move. And this was like, it was almost like giving a signal, and by giving signal to somebody or accepting a signal to the act being carried out, it was like that, like no time to think. There's no hemming and hawing, there's no hedging, there's no wait, let me think about it, there's no hesitation, nothing. It was like the moment you turn off the switch, the light goes off or the power gets cut off, and the moment you turn it on, that kind of a thing. There was no hedging, there was no hesitation, there was no nothing. Whether he pulled the trigger or not, we won't get into that, but he was definitely at the scene. He definitely witnessed what transpired. Absolutely witnessed it, is what I'm saying. Again, these are my observations and my opinions. Do your own research, do your own due diligence, and form your own conclusions. Six of Cups. Very, very, very manipulative. There is a lot of nostalgia on his part, wishing things could be a certain way, wishing, he could go back and change things. There's a lot of regret as to how things played out. His regret is, I wish we had planned it better. I wish I had planned it better. I wish I had not rushed into this. I wish I had taken time. Because he's got the Sun and the Earth, right? The Sun is Leo, and Leo is his 12th house. Again, yeah, he really wishes that he had taken time and not rushed into it. But very manipulative, very harsh, very spiteful, a lot of maliciousness, and really, did he at some point in time, like, really... See, that Leo comes up again, man. Did he... Hang on 1 second. What is that? The Scorpio and Leo, right? So, let's see. Scorpio is 1, 2, 3rd house. Mars and Pluto. No, y'all. This guy has always at the back of his mind been very clear about what his agenda has been in life, what he wants to do. There's all this getting married and popping out 2 kids and pretending that there's a happy family and all that. Yeah, at some point in time he definitely did, have some sort of an affection for Maggie and his for kids. But the other side of him, where the focus on accumulating and manipulating people. So for him, let's do this. It's not so much about the wealth or the money as much as it is, but not as much as the high he gets by manipulating people. That's his high. And he's very good at it. He is going to play the victim mentality to the hilt. He is going to continue to do that. He gets off on stuff like that. He does. It's all about the high he gets from manipulating people, and the thing that, I did this and they didn't even know. Like the one part of it where I saw very clearly, and I almost fell off my feet, y'all, where some young lady had an accident and she got hurt or she died, and he represented her, and they ended up suing Michelin Tires, I think, and the settlement was $2 million, and the prosecutor asked what was his fees, and he goes, so the settlement was for $2 million. Alex Murdaugh's fees was $800,000, that's 40%, and on top of that he stole money from that girl. How greedy can you get? Like, how much do you want? Like, I don't know, y'all. I mean, like, I don't know which law firm. I mean, we all know lawyers, they charge up the yin yang. But to me, like, your fees being 40% is like quite a bit, isn't it? And so you get paid 40%, which is $800,000. And on top of that, you go and steal from that girl. Like, that young girl. How is it like? For him, it was more a game of smarts, I did all of this and they didn't even know. So why do I care? Why should, if they were smart, they would have caught on. Well, they're not smart. They didn't catch on. So therefore, they don't deserve this money. That's the mentality. It's the manipulation that he gets high on. That's his thing. And I would say this again, in my opinion, I do believe he would have been trading in narcotics too. He wasn't just a consumer. He was definitely trading in that. So Araceli says, even with a hint of dementia, there shouldn't be a credible witness with a hike in their memory, right? People can easily try to fill in the yeah, that's true. Oh, I didn't know. Was somebody with dementia going to come and be a witness? So something about stage of Alzheimer's. So if he's a Virgo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 is Capricorn, and if there's, yeah, there's a lot of strife on that property, y'all. Now, I'm not going to go and say, oh, that property is cursed and this and that and all that. That's not what I'm saying. But I will tell you that property has been witness to a lot of challenges, people challenging each other, sport challenges, violence, abuse. People have been isolated over there. People have been emotionally bullied, emotionally blackmailed, tortured. There's a lot that has happened on that property because of this fool. Now, I do not know when they bought that property. That I don't know. But when it came into their control, or however he inherited it, or whenever, that property has been witness to a lot of stuff. A lot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That property has been, a lot of shenanigans have happened on that property, on his watch, on this family's watch. So that's what I believe. I mean, if they go and investigate, if people come out of the woodwork and start talking, a lot of people will say, oh, we were invited there, and then all of a sudden things turned and something else happened, and we were basically threatened or beaten up or roughed up a little bit, and we were asked to leave, and if ever anything comes out, they said that they were going to get us. A lot of stuff like that has happened on that property based on what I'm seeing. Again, one more time, this is for entertainment purposes only. These are my observations and my opinions. Do your own due diligence, do your own research, and form your own conclusions. Yes, absolutely, Pauline. Generations of Murdaughs have always been doing that. There is somewhere on the thing flying around where his father, I think his father was called Buster also. He also got caught with some shenanigans, like nefarious shenanigans to do with, I don't know, bootlegging or smuggling or something, but he was just given a slap on the wrist and he was set loose. His photo and all that was published in the papers. Go and do the research on that. Very, very smart, y'all. This man is super, super smart. King of Swords on the upright, 6 of Wands on the reverse, 7 of Swords in the reverse. So let's see. He does understand that he still needs to maintain his discipline, his level head over his shoulder, and not to let emotions get ahead of him, okay? Because he is terrified of failing. He is terrified of he's really terrified that if he lets his emotions get ahead of him, that's going to affect his confidence, and then he's going to basically call himself out or drop the ball again, which, okay, is going to cause him, okay, let's put it this way. He is right now emotionally at a spot where he knows that he's very close to breaking, but he has to maintain that, because if he doesn't, he's going to let the cat out of the bag, which is going to automatically call for more investigation and call for more people to come forward and confess, and more regret on his part. In other words, that'll be the nail on the coffin. So he knows, I mean, as much as he's trying to put up this thing of, oh, look at me, I'm so smart, I'm running circles around the prosecutor, keeping up that level of facade also takes a lot of discipline, and it's wearing on you, tires on you, I'm sure, right? So I don't know. All right. So now let's get on to the I don't know whether I want to use this or this. I don't know much about Maggie's family, but I'm sure at some point in time, she must have been very happy marrying into this so-called dynasty. Oh God, what a dynasty! And she must have got suckered into that. Oh look, I'm marrying into such a famous family or whatever, and with that comes all the luxury and the name and people knowing who you are, and the social whatever. And I'm sure the moment the shine started getting a little dull, she must have begun to see, the reality. And I'm sure for a long time she just sucked it up, because it was a question of, okay, I mean, now I see the truth, but on the other hand, I have all of this, so I'm just going to turn a blind eye to this and just pull along until she realized that the amount of a hole this doofus had dug for the whole family. And that's when she said, I need to bail now, others I'm going to go down with the ship. And that's when she decided that she wanted out, but he wouldn't let her out, right? Because he knew everything else is going to come out in the open. And maybe she also found out a lot of things about him, and he was afraid that she's going to spit it out to the court, in the divorce court or whatever, and then that would be the final nail on the coffin, because it's not just hearsay from people. Oh, he doesn't like so and so, so he's cooking up these lies. This is your own family member who you were married to for so many years is coming out with all this evidence, and that would be like there's no way around it. So he must have said, oh, better get rid of her. That's what I think happened. If she had kept her mouth shut and just gone along, if she had agreed to the terms of conditions of, let's not get divorced, but let's just separate and live separately, I'll still provide for you. And if she had accepted that, nothing would have happened to her. I'm not victim blaming. Please don't say that. That's not what I'm saying. Don't twist my words around, because there are people who will say all that bull crap. Because there are people out there who will conveniently misunderstand what I said, right? I have a couple of people, and it's so annoying. They're like, oh, but that's what you said, right? And I go, no, that is not what I said. Oh, but I have it in my notes here. Oh, really? You're keeping notes? Huh, good to know. Anyway, I won't get into that. So, so I do believe that, at some point in time, she must have thought about, what's the right decision to take, etc. But I think when she found out the extent of his deception, the situation, the nefarious activities, the extent and the kind of people he was associating. See, not everybody can play pro football, right? You may be a hotshot star in high school or college or whatever, but not everybody who comes out of college being a hotshot, quarterback or whatever is going to make the cut in pro, right? I'm just saying. It's the same way, just because you have had some experience and you've dabbled in this level of trade in certain substances, doesn't mean you automatically have the wherewithal and you qualify automatically to start doing business with this level. If you know what I mean, read between the lines. So I think she at some point in time realized, no way will we survive that level. We don't have the wherewithal to play that at that level. And that's when she must have said, oh no, this is too much. But, oh, interesting, no comments. Oh, that's okay. Lynn's case is hello. Oh, wait. What happened here? Oh, I just stalled over there. I was reading some old comments here. Okay, Grace C says the property was given to him by his drug trafficking friend. Do you know what the friend's name is, Grace, if you do put it out here? And how did you come about that information? Lynn's case says, I was wondering if you could do a reading to see how the court trial will go for. Okay, so please understand that this time and this case, I don't know why people do this though. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I am working on a specific case and yet people come on here asking questions about other cases. So, it's so people, please understand, when I'm working on one case, unless and until I say okay fine, I'm going to ask do cards for another case, please don't come here and say can you do a reading for this other case. No, that's not how I work, and that's a little rude. So no, I'm not going to do a pull for whatever you're talking about. Lynn's case. Okay, so if you've emailed it to me, I will look at it and I will consider it, and I will, if I do it, I'll post it. Okay, I get that. Okay. Okay, so let's just focus on this case. So Eileen Grogan asks a question. She goes, did he burn his clothes? I haven't looked into all of that. The housekeeper said he changed it. Oh, that's one thing I want to say. On that note, I saw the part where they asked they got the lab technician, I think, on the stand. They had two of them. And one was a lady, no, I'm sorry, there was one lab technician and one was one of the investigative detectives, and she had dark hair, but the lab technician had lighter hair. And she very clearly said that the sneakers that they gave us that supposedly he was wearing and the clothes that they gave us, she said the clothes smelled like they were just out of the laundry. She goes, usually when people have worn clothes for a while, forget about blood spatter and splatter, and forget about like gun residue or whatever, forget about all of that. Usually when you wear clothes for a while, your natural body oils will be absorbed. Whether you have body odor or not, you can smell that this is not right out of the laundry if you've worn it for a while, right? So she says the clothes that they gave us smelled like it was just out of the laundry. And the sneakers that they gave the lab technicians to test, it just had dirt and mud. But somebody, I think it was the defense, asked if there was any blood on it, or defense or prosecutor, somebody asked if there was any blood on it, and she goes, no. He asked, did you make any notes? Do you have it in your notes of any other material on the shoes? And she goes, no, I don't have it on my notes. And then the caregiver for his mom, she said very clearly that no, he was not wearing sneakers, he was wearing cloth shoes or canvas shoes. Now if you see the sneakers he was wearing, it's full-on sports sneakers. I don't know what brand though, but the caregiver says no, it was like a cloth, like a canvas type of material, cloth material. You can clearly tell a sneaker is a sneaker and cloth or canvas is different. So I found that very interesting. So whether he burnt it or whether somebody conveniently took it out of that location, because remember it was very contaminated, the crime scene, right? So very interesting. And I also think that the reason why oh thank you, I also think the reason why he remember he said that he took the phone or he touched the phone or something. I think he must have checked the phone to see whether he was still FaceTiming his buddy, or whether the phone was disconnected. I think that's why he took the phone, just to see, is the FaceTime still on or is it disconnected? Dion, hello. So Grace C says, I don't remember the drug friend's name, but it came out in his long-term friend, and he gave the property to AM for $1. Oh, it had an existing airplane runway for $1. Holy shit. 1,700 acres of land with a 5,500 square foot home and the barn and all that for $1. Who knows? So Sheldon says, I tried to explain away that he changed his clothes regularly throughout the day. Why would you do that though? That's what I don't know, Pauline. Right now it looks like he's the last witness in the trial, but then I don't know if they can bring somebody else later too. I don't know about that. So let's take a look and see, right? What else comes out? Am I holding it? No, it's okay. So I am taking this. So we have, what is this guy? We have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. I'm not holding the deck in reverse. So that's the only one that popped out in the reverse. So I'll take it. We have the Seven of Wands in the upright. Very interesting. We have the Four of Wands, and then we have the Ace of Cups. One more card. And we have the Devil card. Y'all, I will tell you, his self-confidence is a little bit shook right now. Okay? There is definitely material that is hidden on the property. Absolutely. There is definitely material that was hidden, has been hidden, I should say evidence, is still hidden on the property. I have not heard anywhere that they had the sniffer dogs or whatever be brought out by the cops to see if the perpetrator was still on the scene, because he claims the perpetrator was still there, he was afraid, yada yada yada. How come there's no mention of them bringing out the dogs? I do believe that there is some evidence still somewhere on the property. I also see that there are four people around him, be it his brothers, his immediate family, his best buddy, his attorney, whoever. Definitely two of them are brothers. They are constantly around him. These are the four key people who he has communicated with and who have helped him clean up. Absolutely. They know very well where the items are, where the evidence, some of the evidence is, aka could be the clothes, could be the weapon, could be whatever. They very much know there is evidence, there is some evidence, and they've helped him clean up. Absolutely helped him clean up, take care of it. But the confidence in saying, we have absolutely taken care of it, stop worrying about it, stop fretting about it, as much as I say that to him, he is still concerned, because he knows that if they ever get mad at him, they can come forward and say, actually, here, this is it. They can snitch on him. Now, the downside to that is that they will probably be held accountable for tampering with evidence, or in this case it'll be aiding and abetting, because if you're helping the perpetrator destroy some real evidence. But for some reason he's worried that if they let the cat out of the bag, he's finished. So it's almost like they are kind of sort of have a little control on him. That's true, no one has really looked at it. So I would like to, me myself says, yes, I would like to shower 3 times. I live in Alabama and it gets hot here in the summer. Extra showers are necessary. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, when the temperature is hot and humid, I get it. But like, why would you be so concerned about showering and changing if you have just witnessed the scene of your wife and your son having been eliminated? Like, you would be so distraught. Would you really think about taking a shower? That doesn't sound like right? But yeah, if it's hot and humid or whatever, and if you're working the yard all day, even though you have taken a shower in the morning, you'll still go and take a shower and that sort of stuff. On a hot summer day, even though you jump into the pool and you get out of the pool, you go take a shower because you want to clean off all the chlorine, that sort of a thing. So, I get it. Hello, Holly. How are you? I don't know. Me myself says, didn't he take the shower before the murders? I don't know. So we have the 9 of Cups. Excuse me. We have the Magician. Oh my God, it's gotten so windy outside. We have the 8 of Cups. We have the 6 of Wands. And we have the 10 of Cups. Y'all, I will tell you, the cards don't... Very interesting. This is a bit graphic. And I don't know if I should say it. Oh, I don't know if I should say it. Let me preface this by saying, these are my observations, these are my opinions. Do your own research, do your own due diligence, form your own conclusions. I would not be surprised if one of the dogs actually did, and I don't blame them, like dogs automatically will go and sniff and they lick. I wouldn't be surprised if one of the dogs actually did end up licking a blood splatter, which could have splattered or whatever. I'm just saying. So take it for what it is. Very well coordinated. He has the ability to control behind the scenes, to manipulate, to create magic. That is another thing which is very, very clear. Money was given to make things disappear. Money was given, favors were granted, favors were received, finances has exchanged hands to make certain things disappear. There is an individual who knows, who was participative, also another individual who has emotionally completely checked out. And I'm going to say this, if Buster can help it, he's going to disengage himself from his dad as best as he can, and I wouldn't be surprised if he decides to get married to his girlfriend pretty soon right after the trial and kind of distance himself and move on. He's going to try that. See, I'm also saying, y'all, the more I look at this, I think this fellow is going to go scot-free. I think it's going to be a hung jury. I think it's going to be a hung jury. 9 of Cups, the Magician, the 8 of Cups, wish fulfillment. I've created magic, taken care of what needs to be done, manipulated. I'll be able to walk away from this. 6 of Wands, success. 10 of Cups, complete emotional fulfillment. Happy ending. I have a feeling this fellow is going to walk. I don't know about the financial case, the allegations of theft and what you call insurance fraud or whatever, that's a different thing. But with regards to this particular allegation, yeah, I will be super duper surprised if it isn't a hung jury. I'll be super surprised. Okay. Oh yeah, so Araceli says the suspected drug smuggler's name Barrett Thomas Bolware, died September 12, 2018 at 61 years old. See, but that's the thing, right? I heard about his name, and he says that there is some sort of a thing floating around where that guy, whatever his name is, Barrett Thomas something, that he gave Ding Dong Ding Along complete control, made him the specific, gave him the general power of attorney, and made him the executor of his will, or basically gave everything to Alex Murdaugh. Hang on one second, let me see if I can do a quick Barratt. Do we have Barrett Thomas Bolware's date of birth? Okay, if we have his date of birth, let me know. Okay, they just charged Alex. I'm sure they charged them with lying to SLED. Yeah, wasn't it cousin Eddie? Oh, okay, hang on. Something about the. I personally think that he washed outside at the dog pens before changing into clean clothes. Could be there was a whole bunch of water, and remember that guy, the caretaker, said that the hose and everything was all messed up and all that. Okay, let me see. Barrett, let me just do this really quick, okay? H-O-N-A-S Bolware, B-O-U-L W-A-R-E. Okay, let me see. September. Okay, thanks, Holly. Date of birth September 30, 1956. Yeah, we'll just go by what we have. Okay, so give me 1 second. 18, 20, 25, 26. 56, 66, 76, 76, 76, 79, 79, 85, 90. So that's 9. So 9, 12, 22, 22, 28. 36, then 9 plus 3, 12, 12, 12, 22, 23, so 5. Seriously? Hang on. 9, 12, 12 plus 10 is 22, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, that's 6. Okay, okay. So if he was, hang on 1 second, okay? September 40, Murdaugh. Oh wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th. Aquarius. Libra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is 6th is. Wait, he's a Libra. Okay. 9th is Gemini. And this guy, he's a Virgo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Yeah, 5. Oh. Let's do a quick one on Boulier or whatever. What Pandora says. Whoa. Hold on. Wow. Thanks, Holly, for posting that thing. Pandora says in Allendale, South Carolina, 56, right? There was a big box of bleach sitting outside. I bet he gets off on these murder charges. He'll make a plea for the fraud. Yeah, absolutely. And he'll get time served. And that's what I was telling somebody the other day. I said, he's just going to do that. He's fine. If he gets off this murder charges, he'll time served and good behavior and, oh, I'll pay back and restitution and this, that, or whatever the heck. Yeah, and Pauline says, Alex always said how sweaty he was too. Well, isn't that odd? Like right here, think about that. If he was that sweaty, okay, and if he took a shower, let's assume, even though he showered before they died and showered after or whatever, and he was that sweaty, then he would have been wearing those clothes for at least 10 minutes, right? At least 10 minutes. Then don't you think his sweat odor would be stuck to his clothes, right? And then the lab technician says, no, it smelled like laundry, like just out of the laundry. So I don't understand. So he goes, oh, you know what? My wife and son have just passed. I need to call the police, but hang on, I'm going to take a shower because I'm so sweaty, and then I'll call the police. I don't buy that bullshit. He's full of shit. Yeah, that's true, Araceli. He is a vengeful guy. I really think he is. The prosecution and the investigation team is so at fault here. Neither have done their job, but let me commit a silly driving offense and they'll... Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'm going to see about Barrett Thomas Boulware. We got Pisces and his 6th house is Pisces. We got Leo. Leo has popped up even with that guy, right? So if he's a Libra 12, 11th house is Leo, 11th house is like-minded groups and friends. Yeah, I get it. 11th house and 12th house, yeah. And air, look, 30, 42, that is 6. Absolutely, these two have worked together. They have, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. Absolutely, these two have been hand in glove with each other. There is no doubting that. Absolutely. 11th house and 12th house. For this guy, 11th house is Leo, and for the other guy, 11th house is 12th house is Leo. Absolutely. Sixth house. Yeah. Lot of shenanigans, y'all. Lot of shenanigans. Temperance, absolute. Oh, the magician pops up all over again. And the fool. Absolutely, these two guys have associated themselves with each other as far as business is concerned. I will tell you though that there has been some sort of a manipulation in terms of Boulware's will. I don't think that, I wouldn't put it past that that's a forgery. I definitely do think, or under stress he might have signed it over to Doofus McGoofus, because we have Temperance, the magician, and the fool. Yeah, make a new will. Absolutely. I need to get a balance. I need to find out. I need to balance the equation, you owe me whatever, so the best way you can go about doing this is, yeah, you redo the will and make it new and give it to me so that it'll be called quits. I don't think that will is legit. I think it's forgery and or done under stress, or he might have forced him to make that will, or else type of thing, and he must have said, well, I'm anyway going to kick the bucket, what does it matter? Yes, Five of Swords. Absolutely, that will is not legit, y'all. I'll tell you that. Then you have Ace of Pentacles, and then you have the Ace of Swords. Oh my God. That will is not legit. That will was done under, he signed it under duress, or it is plain as day fake. Under a lot of abuse, violence, stress, forcing somebody to hand over the keys of the coin, right, to somebody who is, yeah, it's a maze. Oh my God, y'all, think about it. Look, this will is not, the Chariot card is not legit, y'all. Ace of Cups. So we have Ace of Coins, Ace of Swords, and Ace of Cups, and then we have the Ace of Swords. I will tell you that absolutely, with the Chariot card popping up here, okay, and the Chariot card, as we know, excuse me, it's wanting to balance, right, wanting to find balance. I will tell you, it is, you need to write the will over to my name. That'll call it quits, that'll balance the checkbooks, that'll erase the whatever, right, make it 0-0, okay, and that'll clean up the slate, and no more stress for you, no more stress for you. You can go free, like be free. But I will tell you for a fact that Mr. Barrett was very stressed about it, so I am going to stick to, he either signed it over out of duress because he was basically forced to do so, or that will is complete forgery. I'm going to say that. Yeah, 61 is really early, right? I mean, I don't know how he died even. I don't know. And the Star card, he was helped, y'all. It wasn't just a simple case of, Murdaugh just going and whatever. He had help. Four of Pentacles. And the Hangman, absolutely. Nothing is going to be done about that. He had a lot of help, okay. It's all about the money, is retaining. Also a lot of insecurity about the money. So I think every time okay, let me rephrase that. I wouldn't be surprised if he owes somebody some money because of bad decisions made, certain partners. So then how do I go about getting money the legitimate way? Even if I'm an honest attorney, there's no way I can make that kind of money in such a short time to pay it off. So I have to resort to shenanigans. And also it's fun, right? Manipulating people to just give me their money, and they don't even know. They're such fools. They're stupid. They don't know. And that's their problem if they don't know, right? You know, they should look out for themselves, right? And then you end up with the Hangman. He creates so much of an illusion, so much of instability, creates so much of doubt in these people that they know it's not right. They know they've been taken, but there's nothing they can do about it. So he puts them in a situation where they are stuck and they can't take action against him, even though they know what he has done is not right. This guy is, his high, more than the drugs and more than the money and all that stuff, I would say this fellow's high is his ability to manipulate people. Listen to some of the phone calls he's had with Buster, jail calls. You listen, don't worry about what he's saying, but pay attention. Well, pay attention to what he's saying, but pay more attention to his tone of voice. He comes across as so controlling and so like arrogant, like nothing's happening. It's like, there was one bit blurb of that phone call, one of the phone calls I heard, where he asked Buster, hey, do you want to go back to the, I don't know what he called it, whether he called it the house or the property or the ranch or whatever, some word he used. And Buster was like, no. And he goes, you know what, there's going to be a lot of, I don't know whether he said buck or deer or something, there's so much of the feed, something is full, and I'm sure the buck or the deer are full, and do you want to go and shoot over there? And Buster kept saying no. He kind of reframed the question a couple times, and then he said, well, if you don't want to go, there are a lot of doves there, then I will tell somebody else, some guy's name he mentioned, I think they are the friends or whatever, I'll let him know he can go and he can shoot over there. And I was like, oh my God, like you're in jail for all of this and you're concerned about your property getting run over by doves and deer and buck, so you are so concerned and you want somebody to go and like wipe them off. And Buster kept saying no, and he goes, what did he say? He said, if you can get that phone, if you can track that, you'll listen to it, it's very interesting. And he goes, oh, because of what happened? And Buster goes, yeah. I'm like, are you flipping serious? Buster goes, I don't want to go back there. And he goes, oh, because of what happened? And he goes, yeah, it's too soon or something. Or he says, oh, it's probably too soon or something like that. It was so bizarre. I was like, dude, that is so flipping like freaky, right? Okay, so let's see what questions are here. How do we even, okay. What's the penalty for perjury? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to ask now if he's, what the outcome of this is. I do believe they're going to open the case on that that young man, Stephen, who was, apparently it was a, quote unquote, it was a hit and run. I think they're going to, there is help with the temperance card, I'm sorry, the star card. Seven of Pentacles. And the Sun. Oh my God, this fellow is going to get off, y'all. Yeah. Y'all, I'm just going to say, I would be super duper surprised if he is actually convicted. I would be really surprised for these murders. So, I have to say though, well, I'm not going to say what I'm thinking because that will cause a lot of trouble. I'm just going to leave it. Okay. Anyway, do any of y'all have any questions with regards to this case and this case only? Nicole Sofford says, I hope so. He's a sociopath. Of course he is. No compassion for others. No. L.A. Renard says, I was thinking of Stephen praying. Let's ask if he's going to get any justice. Yes. That Stephen's case is going to be reopened. Oh my God, yes. That case is going to be reopened. They are going to, Two of Pentacles, right? Choices, weighing the pros and cons, looking at all the options. The Knave of Chalices, going looking for evidence. And then the 10 of Pentacles, that is success, success, success. Yes, they are going to reopen the case and they will resolve that case. Don't be surprised if charges are brought against not just Buster, but 2 other people. So don't be surprised. No, I didn't look at the housekeeper. LA, are you looking at the housekeeper who fell over the steps? The Gloria lady? Is that the housekeeper? Or you're talking about the other housekeeper who was on the stand? And the housekeeper who fell down the steps? No, she didn't fall down the steps. No, the dogs didn't trip her. She was pushed. I'm saying it. What's up, honey? Oh, I thought you were wanting to say something. Oh, okay. It's gotten windy outside. What? Oh, sorry. I thought Mark was like wanting to say something or whatever. It's gotten like super windy outside. So Tammy Smith says, if he gets off, will he do this again? No, I think he's going to be quiet for a while. I don't think he's that stupid to go and like do it again. No, he's going to kind of slink away for a little bit. Yeah, Nicole, I don't think she tripped and fell. The dogs didn't trip her or she felt giddy and she fell. No, she was pushed. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. No, y'all. I'll tell you what, though. That housekeeper, okay, she was privy to some information that she should not have been privy to. And yes, she did raise the kids. The kids were her life. The family was her life. The world cut. She thought the world of them. But unfortunately, she was privy to something that she shouldn't have been privy to. That caused a lot of stress for this doofus. He tried to restrain her from talking. He tried to buy her out. But I will say that she might have been thinking about it. She might have thought about it and say, okay, fine. You know, she was really stressed about the fact that she had that knowledge, and she felt very disappointed and hit rock bottom that I can't believe I'm hearing this. And she did think about it a lot. The 9 of Swords, I'm sorry. She did think a lot about it. She did think a lot about a lot of anxiety and grief. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Should I just keep quiet? Should I just keep quiet? Should I just keep quiet? And before, I think his concern was she was going to come out and say something to somebody, and that's when he was like, no, I got to take her out. Yes, Ace of Wands, he took action and took her out. Absolutely. It isn't the kids, it isn't the dogs, it's nothing. She was pushed down the stairs. So Sherilyn Schaffner says, stay at home. What? Bianca knows some stuff she won't admit to. She will answer to the highest bidder. Who is that though? I don't even know who stay at home Blanca is. Who's that, Sherilyn? I have no idea who that is. I know what Sherilyn is talking about. She's talking about a particular individual who knows some information and who won't give it up. Is that what Sherilyn is saying? I don't know. But if she knows something, then she better cough it up, or I'm assuming the cops are going to go after her, right? And saying, oh, withholding information or whatever. Who knows? All right, let's go move on to this. I will do another one, I do believe, for Buster. I won't do it now, but there is some sticky business that went down between the young man Stephen, who was supposedly hit and run, and one of the surviving members of the Murdaugh family. Let's just put it at that and leave it. There is some connection over there. This one wants to come out. The Emperor with the senior Murdaugh. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh my goodness. Well, the cards are speaking, so I'm just going to go with it. Yeah. Oh my God, if only the Emperor and the Empress shows up. There is some sticky business that went on. Interactions between Stephen, and I'm going to go so far as to say 3 other individuals, okay? And I do believe the senior member of the surviving senior member of that family is well aware of it. I will go so far as to say there was almost a offer of emotional, not an offer, there was like emotionally satisfying for both parties. There has been people who know of that liaison, and a female member of Stephen's family, could be the mother because she's popping up as the Empress, is very well aware of what really that is. Could be the mother or somebody else who does kind of know what really that is all about. But the question is, are they going to come out and say that case is going to be opened, y'all? It's not an accident, it's 100% a murder. Absolutely. There you go. With the Hangman again. For now it is like in a status quo, but that thing will definitely, that case will also be opened, you watch. They're going to start focusing on that. They're going to start trying to get all the information that they can. That case will be open. 3 of Swords. Yes, that also does talk about betrayal. There are 3 other people who are responsible directly for Stephen's death. And it is the immediate environment, people within his circle. Ace of Wands. There is some person over there who is able to keep the doors closed on that temporarily and not let the evidence out. Somebody holds the keys to that. Keys to the facts, to the evidence. It's another person who holds the keys. That person needs to come forward and spill the beans. Somebody is pushing the door to hold it closed, and on the other side somebody is saying, look, I have the keys, I can open. You can push the door closed as much as you want, but I have the keys and I can open that door anytime I want. 2 of Pentacles, again weighing the pros and cons, waiting to make the right decision, looking at all the options. And the 3 of Wands, absolutely, this case is waiting for the right moment to ring the bell and say court is in session for that case. 8 of Wands, which is very, very interesting because quick action will be taken. That case is going to come to light really quick. It's going to progress really quickly. How many 8s? Then we have the 8 of Cups and then the Devil card. And then the 8 of Pentacles. Are you kidding me? We have the 8 of Wands, 8 of Cups, and 8 of Pentacles. That case is going to come up really quick, y'all. People have seen, people have the evidence. somebody else has observed it, and absolutely it's going to be brought to light. Very manipulative. There is a lot of shenanigans that have gone on. And then you have the justice cast. Look, I will tell you, that case is going to be brought to light. There is somebody who pushed the doors closed, who shut the doors on the evidence and kept everything under lock and key. It's not just one person who is responsible for Stephen's death. There are 3 people who are responsible directly for Stephen's death. There's somebody else who has all the evidence, and they're like, you can try to shut the door as much as you want, but I have the keys and I can open the doors to that evidence anytime I want. Okay. What? Wait, Delvin is... Hey, Delvin. Hello, Rachel. Delvin was a little late in joining us, so yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so any other questions you'll have with regards to this case, y'all? I want to bring it to your attention. I'm sure a lot of you all know. Again, I'm not going to mention the person's name, the channel's name, because I feel like, I should ask their permission. I'm sure they won't mind, because I'm not stealing their information. I'm just kind of letting y'all know to go watch. There's another channel where somebody, it's a investigative news agency, or somebody who has an interview of this young lady called Lindsay. I forget her last name, and she was trafficked by a madam in that area, and she talks about her experience with the elite in Murdaugh's hometown in that county. And oh my god, Lindsay something is her name. Okay, she's given 2 interviews, and once the court, this case came to light, somebody put a gag order on her or something like that, and she's like now married and has children. Awesome for her. She's gone through hell and more, yard. And it's legit. She's able to back up all of that. It's not somebody just coming out of the woodwork to say, and people are like, oh, you're doing this for money and all. She's saying, no, I haven't received any money. I don't want any money. I'm just doing it because in case it's not just this particular county or this city or this particular family. There are a lot of such counties all over the country where, the good old boys club, everybody does everybody, and, it's like a group session, right? This madam apparently supplied girls to all the top tier boys, meaning from all the different departments. You'll have to watch that. Then there is another fella who has his own channel, who is another investigative channel, and I haven't heard of him much, but I just came across, I don't even know how that channel came to my attention, but I watched a little bit of his video, and I'm like, that is some spot on evidence, and how the hell is it that they're not talking about all of that? Like, he has drone evidence of them actually taking out, like, how they have like the date and the time of that drone taking images, like a lot of cameras, you have the date and time stamp. So that verifies that, right? Where the drone is recording these people taking out all the guns and loading it in the pickup truck and driving away and stuff. And I'm like, how the hell is it that all that stuff hasn't come to light and that wasn't admitted in the court? Like, why? It's like all there. So I don't know. Okay, did Buster have anything to do with it or participate in the murder? I think he was very much aware of it, and I don't think he was the one who necessarily pulled the trigger, but he definitely, yeah. Grace said she saw that, yeah. Gracie says she saw that, yeah. I'm going to reach out to those channels and ask them, hey, can I just put a link of your thing on my thing so that people can go look at it? I'm not stealing their information, I'm just putting a link. because I don't want anybody accusing me of stealing and monetizing on them. I just found out that somebody was actually using my videos and making as their thumbnail and my whole video, an hour and 48 minutes or 2 hours and 48 minutes, and actually monetizing on it. So I was able to contact YouTube and have that taken down. And that's because another one of the my subscribers had left a comment on one of my videos, and that's how that came about. And I'm like, how blatant are these people, these crooks, grifters, right? But it's, you could have just asked and said, hey, can I use a clip of your video? If you had done that and emailed me and asked me, then I would have said yes or no, and you could have done it. But then and this person, she's got, she goes, my channel is not monetized, but Cash App and something else she's got plastered, and it's my video. I'm like, oh my God, grifters everywhere, whatever. By the way, ever since then, I'm making it very clear that this is all my original work, and nobody has the right to use a part or whole or any part or any of this for their use, like without my permission, explicit permission. So it's not what he's saying, it's how he's saying it. Yeah, I've never understood how some evidence cannot be admitted when it is concrete. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't get it, y'all. I don't understand that, right? So L.A. Renard, she retracted something, whatever. So that is very interesting. And that young lady, Lindsay, I mean, you can tell, y'all. You can just tell. So is legit. And I have to say hats off to that particular interviewer or journalist, whatever you want to call him. You know how some people, they ask the questions and they won't let you finish and they just talk past you. He just asked the question and shut his mouth. Like, hats off to him. Like, he's really knows what he's doing. Okay. So Derwin Hate says, another psychic lady on here had someone stealing every single video of theirs. Oh, there's some ridiculous I don't know who that psychic lady is. I don't know who else. But Rena S says Netflix did okay, let's hope it all comes out. Yeah, people do stuff like that. I don't know whether I should mention this person's name or not, but I'm just going to leave it because they're going to do it again and then they're going to get bumped off. It's so, why do your own work, right? That's what I've said so many times. Remember when I did all those free sort of classes on tarot way back when? I always told people, like, have the confidence and put your work out there. Fine, I mean, you learn over a period of time, you'll get good at it. Like, what's the fact that you're stealing somebody else's work and trying to make money off of it goes to show that you don't know jack of jack. So 5 deaths. Yes, Sandra Latham says 5 deaths. Okay. Any other questions you all have with regards to this case? Otherwise, I'll shut this thing down. He isn't too smart with gunpowder on his hands and in his car. No disrespect. Ken says, I don't think you're disrespecting anybody here with that statement, Ken's. Welcome, Ken's. Yeah, those classes were good, right? Someday maybe I'll start them off. My glasses are fogging. Y'all, this wind is going crazy outside. Oh my goodness. So, no questions? Then I will shut this down. Let me see what the weather is. Do we have a wind advisory or something? Wind advisory, yeah. Oh, we're going to get rain at 11 o'clock. Oh, I just saw a shooting star on my phone. Whoa. Pauline says, with the hung jury, I wonder if this will be an unsolved cold case, or will they continue to investigate? I think if it's a hung jury, then they can't go back and reopen, can they? Well, in my humble opinion, y'all, I will say that to me it's not a cold case, because whether Alex Murdaugh pulled the trigger or not, I will say that he was very much aware of what was happening. He was very much present, and I do believe he witnessed it, if nothing else, which makes him a participant in that. I wouldn't use the word accomplice, but so let's put it this way. Let's say he witnessed it and he was afraid for his own safety and security. He should have brought it up at some time to the police, and they would have put him in a safe house or whatever, which they do for so many people. So why didn't he go that route? And also, considering how well connected he is in that city and that county, I'm sure he would have been really protected. So the very fact that he didn't go that route goes to show to me that he was very much aware of it. And whether he gave the orders or somebody did it to show him, look, you better behave and fall in line, or else this is going to happen to you too, I don't know. But he definitely had something to do with it. So Pandora's Box says Maggie's blood was on his steering wheel. Yeah, that's the part I didn't understand. How did her blood get onto his steering wheel? I remember when they asked him that question, they said that, oh, she has drove my car many a time. No, we are not talking about DNA or skin residue. We are talking about her blood in your car. He never really answered that question, but he's smart as an attorney. He didn't answer that directly. Alex Murdaugh, Rena S says he was on more than, oh, okay. Oh, my pleasure. So, I mean, there's so much that, this case is ongoing, y'all. It's really interesting. Sometimes I think that the prosecution is doing a good job, but sometimes I feel like you're not pushing enough. So I wonder whether the prosecution is also hand in glove. And I mean, considering how small knit that big boys club or the old boys club is, he said he touched her and Paul. Oh, okay. That's how the blood was. Okay. Okay, so. But see, what I don't understand is he didn't tell the police that he was at the site, right? Before or whenever that little FaceTime video happened. And he lied about that, and then later he came back and he when that video surfaced, or that FaceTime or somebody else said that, yeah, I recognize Alex's voice, then he goes, yeah, I lied about it, right? So to me, that tells me that the prosecution might have said, if nothing else, maybe we can prove that he's a liar, and so that way when he says he didn't kill them, then he's lying. I wonder if that's how it is. But then again, y'all, I don't know. Let me take a couple more cards and then I'll close. That property holds a lot of secrets. There is a lot of material on that property that they have not found. People have conveniently taken care of it. Yeah, how does he have clean hands and clean shoes if he claims he also touched her? So contradictory. He's had so much help in this, y'all. I'm telling you, he has had so much help, okay? People have helped him so much. Very creative. 6 of Swords. He's going to walk away, y'all. This fool is going to walk away. Yeah, he's going to, and the money is all hid. Yeah, he's going to walk away, y'all. This fellow is going to walk away from this case. Oh my goodness. Somebody has absolutely seen him do this. I do believe Buster is very well aware of what happened. Buster, I do believe, has kind of witnessed some of it, if not all of it. Right before, right after, right during the tail end of it, absolutely. Knave of Chalices, Two of Pentacles, and Seven of Chalices. Look, there is some stuff on the property that somebody else is going to go looking for. They're going to remove that if they haven't already. That is, I know this happened a couple of years ago, right, or a year ago. And I do believe that there are a lot of options over here. This guy is going to get off it. I do believe that even as far as Buster is concerned, yes, he was aware of what transpired, but then they're going to reopen his case, okay, with the Stevens, and they're going to look for evidence on that, and they are fixing to bring that forward. But the Seven of Cups here, I do believe, says that Buster is going to have some options in terms of what do they call, offer information to reduce sentence, whatever they call that. This is going to go on, y'all. I'm going to stop right now because I'm kind of getting like, okay, all right. No, I don't think he wanted cousin Eddie to kill him. I think he set it. Oh, I lost the power in my, hang on, lost power. Hold on, y'all. Okay, let's fix this. Yeah. Hold on, buddy, I'm not done. I got just a couple more minutes. What are the odds that this camera would die now, right, Bunny? Oh my God, that wind is going out of control. I know, baby, I know. Okay, let us do that. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, let us. Oh. Do that. I don't know what happened. Oh, there we are. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. I just lost power. Did Alex really want cousin? Okay, lost. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sheldon. I was like, oh no, don't tell me this thing is fixing to mess with me again. I don't think his intention was to have Eddie murder him. I think his intention was to have Eddie supposedly come and shoot him, and to have a kind of a, oh, he was going to kill me, but I had to self-defense and take out Eddie and then blame the whole thing on Eddie. That's what I think he was planning on doing. Yeah, Corinne Cole says he needs his son to keep the flow of money coming in for him to live comfortably in prison. Yeah, so let's call it quits. We will pick it up again, and we will do some other time. We'll do another reading. I'm sure this is going to go on for a while. And can you imagine? I am so looking forward to the Idaho case, because oh my God, that's another can of worms, y'all. I cannot tell you how much information there is over there and how many people. Oh, my pleasure, Lucinda. So thank you, everybody. If I did not mention your names, no offense meant. I just didn't. I will tell you really quick though, on the Idaho case, the person who owns the property apparently has given the property to the university. I will say though that that was an easy decision to be made for the owner of that property, because Scorpio Soul says hi. Hey, you're a little late. We're just shutting down. Well, I'm glad you at least got on though. But I do believe that, you know, that property would have been something that would have been very difficult to re-rent because of, I mean, the level of trauma and that property is like unbelievable. So I think it would have been in his best interest to give it to the university or sell it to the university. If the university bought it, then for them, either way, it's damage control, right? Because they're trying to make it like, oh, look at us, we take care. Because I'm sure they lost a lot of business in terms of, they will, because of that, how sensational that case is. And now it's all coming out, the number of people who have died in that university or thereabouts, right? So the amount of enrollments are definitely going to drop a little bit, right? Because people will be concerned. So maybe for them it is a little bit of damage control. And this guy is like, you know what, I just got it off my hands. Goodbye, sayonara. If he donated it to the university, then I'm sure he's going to get a heck of a lot of tax benefits from making that donation. So either way, the property owner did a good thing by getting it off his or her hands, or if it was owned by a company. Because I don't know if he or she or the company that owns a property would ever benefit or be able to get any more income out of it. I don't think anybody, I mean, think about it. Do you want to go and stay as students in a house where 4 students were murdered like that? I don't think anybody would want to stay there. Even regular renters wouldn't want to rent there, right? People have this kind of and rightfully so, you don't want that energy around you. But I was just thinking the other day, I would love to go, and again, I do know that 4 lives were lost. It's very tragic, and I'm not saying this out of disrespect. I'm saying it out of my interest and my curiosity in wanting to tap into the energies over there. Because let me tell you, if you do a kind of a, an investigation from a psychic or medium's perspective, the amount of messages and information one would get if you are on site, can you imagine? Like, how much information one would get? Like, would I want to go and do that? Absolutely, I would love to do that. But, and I again say this respectfully, not out of, oh, look at her, she's trying to commercialize it. No, I mean, I'm just, because I want to be able to, never mind, I won't go into it any further. Whoever holds a key to the answers could also be in danger to speak up. That's true. A Colorado company gifted the house and property to the university. They did the right thing. Yeah, because nobody would want to rent that. So, anywho. Alright, y'all, I'm going to stop with this. I kid you not, ever since I started this video, the wind's kicked up so much. Like, it's unbelievable. But anywho, thank you so very much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for sharing your Sunday with me, Sunday afternoon at least. And leave your comments and give me the thumbs up and join me on the other lives. Of course, I'll keep posting. And have a great, great evening, everybody. Okay, I'm going to say 10-4. Thank you, Scorpio soul. 10-4. Blessed be to... Okay, let's log out. Alright, there we go. Alright, I will end the stream.